Abigail, and then her sister Miss something.
Amelia!
Yes, Amelia.
Abigail! Amelia! Yes. I like how you guys just put your squar in the middle of the ocean. What are you doing down there, buddy?
I mean, where else would you put him?
In roll 20. Just there he is. He's having a swim.
What is this? What is this?
Oh, on roll 20. Just because I have like the world map open, and then I just see Guar and now Mr. Orlando. Just they're in the middle of the ocean.
How do you do that?
So you go over to your journal and you just click and drag your character onto the map, and it'll place their token.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do a quick like intro to navigating Roll20 before we actually kick off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it finally happened. Look at me, I'm hanging out in my hometown.
There you go. Let's get rid of that extra one. There you go. Yeah, look at you. You're just like, I'm gonna stay on land where it's dry and safe.
No, I'm swimming in like the tainted lake, man. I'm swimming in a tainted lake where I naturally float, right? That's how these work, right?
That's how it works.
Tainted lake?
I think.
I'm better off not knowing.
I'm sure he'll find out eventually.
I already made it to Aetheria, so the quest is over. We did it.
Yay! Good job, everybody!
You did it!
We win!
Woo! I call that success.
So, does Guar actually sound like Ubo? Because if so, this is gonna be hard.
No.
He's trying his best.
I'm still not sure what I'm like gonna cement in, but we'll see what I'm feeling out in this session.
Yeah, just go with whatever vibes, man.
Vibe vibes.
Vibe.
I didn't even start thinking about a voice for Orlando until like about 20 minutes ago, and then I was like, shit.
Fuck. Shit.
Oh shit, dude.
Oh shit. Fuck.
That's okay. I'm probably gonna flub Luca's voice a whole lot because he speaks with a soft accent and has a very nice, deep voice, and I do not have either of those things.
Yeah, I feel that problem. Looks at Fen.
Looks at Fen, yeah.
Where are we at though?
Are you gonna use like Music Bot in Discord for soundtrack, or are you gonna use the Roll20 bot, or?
Yeah, I was gonna do it in Discord. So fair warning, Becca. Music Bot is very loud at first. You are free to mute the bot entirely if you don't want to hear extra sound. That is fine. I'm just extra and I like music. You can also turn down the volume of the bot too. I was just saying my feelings wouldn't be hurt if you just muted it.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very thoughtful.
Yeah. I know how like auditory sensory overload can be. So like, yeah, I get it. We are cool. We are chill in this family.
So we're still waiting on who?
Lisa.
Bear.
The bear. We can't forget the bear.
We bears.
Arge.
We need Arge.
The round lad.
Big round lad. Yeah, I don't know what Lisa actually has planned for Arge's looks, but I am very delighted by the idea of him having like a tiny ranger hat and just a little cloak.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
You drew it. It's canon now.
Yes,
Anything Luca comes up with is now fanon. That's how this works, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
You did the perfect clothing idea that I would have had for Guar, so I mean.
Oh, thank you. Character design is my passion. I guess while we wait, this gives me time to make some last-minute tokens.
Baby.
Last-minute tokens, last-minute tokens.
Luca is your NPC?
Yes.
I love his hair.
Thank you. I also love his hair.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Work tasks for tomorrow. I just want to know if I got the fellowship that I had an interview for last. Sorry. I love that picture. I love
Yeah,
Elaine.
he is.
Little demon.
Solid. That's a solid boy.
Yeah. We love
Can't get
our
over it.
yellow soul prism unicornus man. Fucking superb, you funky little unicorn man.
Thank you. That is the vibe I was going for when I spoke, but did not quite get there. So thank you for doing that for me specifically.
Yeah.
I know that's why you said it all. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to turn my mic sensitivity up a little bit. There we go.
There we go. All right, it's in my tokens folder. Brr-her-her.
Some stranger wants to be friends with me on Venmo. I don't know who they are.
But are they
going
going
to give you money?
I'm willing to give you money.
Like, I don't know. I like money. I like to be given money by people who can afford it.
Right.
Which is not a lot
so
of people.
it was actually a frozen Totino's pizza, and yeah, it
for
put some
having one
calories in my body, so I
financially
guess
stable
that
parent.
works. So if you
Yeah.
need these, Timmy, our actual DM, makes a lot of character art, and she went kind of insane when we handed her a bunch of terrible sketches and Pinterest art for our characters. So that's how we got art. She's a bit of a nudge about it. So my character is Orlando, spirit singer. He is a bard. If you met the
Can I
character
change
sheet,
my
by the
spells
way,
around because we're not going to
I'm
be
just
in
using
combat?
D&D Beyond.
What do you
Sure.
mean?
Go ahead.
Different prepared
I'm
spells?
lazy, and I prefer D&D
Yeah, I just want to
to the
prepare a
stuff that's
different
actually
list
built into
of them
Roll20.
since we're not going to be committing murder.
We're
That you
not.
know of.
Yeah, you know.
Know of.
Na na na.
Oh, can I just like kind of assume that I've already summoned my familiar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would be fine with murder, though I think Orlando would be a little shooketh.
I kind of hope there is. You guys would have to fuck up really bad if there was going to be combat at the fucking Festival of the Sun.
Is there a way to like not give you like a whole novel when I cast a spell?
You can just set it to output as attack. In
I
the
mean,
settings.
I don't mind getting the novel because I don't know every single spell, so it helps if I can read what it does. So I don't mind it. Honestly, if you send the novel. That's
is.
fine.
It's very
It
cool.
is.
I am glad that you just started your own campaign.
Calm emotions
Hmm.
for sure. I don't know who's gonna have a
I'm.
nervous
Are
breakdown.
you? Words are
Um,
hard.
I had one
Yeah.
Are
earlier
you playing in a
today.
homebrew
Well,
world, or?
almost, not quite.
And I
I
apologize if you
drove
can't
for the
hear me
first
too
time
well
in like
over
over a
Discord.
year
Ooh.
because my mom's
I
like,
don't
"No,
have
you
it
can't
open.
drive my car to help your friend move. You haven't driven in ages." And then like I was in the car freaking out for 5 minutes, and then I drove, and my dad was like, "I feel pretty superfluous. You're fine." I'm like, "Yay,
Yay!
Yay.
yay." Driving is hard when you're neurodivergent.
Oh my god, that's so true though.
I'm taking silence.
Gizmo, get down,
Take your
dude.
silence.
Bad kitty. Come on, get down. Little
Got the
ginger
crete your
hellion.
mouth.
How dare you talk to me like that in my own home?
What? Sorry, I was yelling at my cat. I didn't hear anything.
It's okay. He was just cursing at me in ancient Aetherian.
Ancient Aetheria.
You know, nothing.
I have a few words, a few keywords. I have fuck. I have to life. I have beauty and death. I have celestial wishes. No problem. Himbo/bimbo.
There's an ancient Aetherian word for himbo.
Yes, there is.
Oh, sweet.
Of course there is.
Ilago.
They're very
I'm-
important to the culture.
Criminy
I
cricket.
speak ancient Aetherian for the record, so
Yeah,
you probably are pronouncing things wrong.
Gizola Bella knows like all of it, whereas Guar only knows like 5 words, like a toddler.
And
A very
I know.
specific
like,
toddler.
I'm
I know.
pretty.
I know the words for apology. I know the word for small. That is one of my personal favorites. Petiti.
E.
I love you. Ihalane. Um, and some other things.
It's for I love you because that is the status for.
And yes, my friends are crazy.
But maybe our game characters don't necessarily
so the
know it.
DM and the guy playing Guar
Ihalane,
here,
yeah, that's my status.
with the deeper
On
voice, playing a
Discord.
couple other campaigns with me.
Yeah,
This is
I
my
took the
first
word for
time
off
playing
too, so I
with
can say crite
Becca.
carry, which is fuck off.
Retake carry.
Assuming that the grammar wouldn't enable that to mean anything, but yes, totally.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it
Doing
translates.
me a heck of
That's
concern,
good.
man.
That makes life much easier for all of us.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
see,
on
like
webcam.
I'm making the language,
I guess, yeah,
but
it's
I'm
on
making the
webcam.
grammar structure the same as English because I'm fucking lazy and I'm not about that life. So like it's just direct translations.
Oh,
That's-
you mean you don't want to formulate a language based on Japanese grammar using
No.
Latin verb conjugations and
No, I'm good.
German
Listen,
word construction?
we
No, I'm
can't
good.
all be like the Nier Automata game devs, okay?
I know,
Can't,
right?
can't all be like that.
I'm actually
No.
writing a paper right now about
Crackhead, what are you
games.
doing? Gizmo.
About
one of my
what?
Buddy.
classes about native-made games as forms of resistance against settler colonial narratives and other settler colonial stuff, like settler colonialism in general.
Yeah.
So, did you know that there's an escape room at the Institute for American Indian Studies in Connecticut?
Nope. I did not.
You know what? How dare?
Yeah.
How
I
absolutely
can't wait
dare.
to go.
No, it's probably I've had issues with my
I'm writing
own
about it. I had a long interview with the
voice setup
creator and
before.
the person who runs the game for
me-
museum visitors and kids and stuff. So I am very psyched.
Turn my mic.
Hell yeah.
Because usually when I'm streaming, I also have
Arj.
my
Where
my fiance
is
sits next to me
Arj?
here because we're in a small apartment and our desks
Need
are
to
side
see
by
the
side.
boy.
And he
Where is the lad?
DMs
I
our
request
main
bear
campaign
hugs.
in the Shattered
Oh,
Isles, and
literal
he
bear
plays
hug.
in our second campaign, which I DM.
Yeah.
So
It's been like 25 minutes.
I try to avoid getting him in the background with the sound, so I usually keep my mic
Let's
volume
give it
low
another
and the
like
desktop
6,
high.
Yeah.
and then we can start. And if Lisa comes in late, then that's fine. We
Let
can
me
just
know if this
catch
is
them up.
too low for the desktop
Yes.
audio.
Not that like I don't enjoy just talking, but like
Oh no,
I hope
I get it too.
you're okay.
But also, I am enjoying this time of being able to set up my map now because I wasn't able to do that beforehand.
Mm.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I actually kind of appreciate when you guys are all fucking late, cause it gives me time to make up for the fact that I am sleeping late.
Got it. Show up
Yeah.
late every session from now on. How late do you want me to
No!
be?
Do
Like,
not show up Sven late. You can show up regular late, which is at normal
what?
Sven time.
What do you mean, Sven late?
Because you
Excuse me.
always show up like a little bit late. But like
Oh.
we love you though.
So I have to show up like a half an hour late, not like 5 minutes late.
Right. Let me pick out which of my d20s to pull out. I should pull out all of the d20s in case I need to roll 6. I can't imagine a situation in which I would need to roll 6 d20s as a player.
Especially at level 3.
Right.
Also,
do you
since I
have...
didn't say it before, nice to meet you, Becca.
What?
Yeah. Nice to meet you officially through voice.
New tab.
Oh yeah, I'm making
no,
finger
I need
guns at the
to-
screen, but you can't see it because we don't have our cameras on.
You
I
can put
mean-
your camera on if you would like. No one's gonna stop you.
It's up to
Finger
you.
guns.
There you go. There you go.
Where? What was I doing? Shit. Twitch channel. There we go.
Do you
All
have
right.
noise suppression on in Discord?
Yes, but I also was playing with dice on the table, so I can mute myself for that.
Okay.
Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure that I do, but I also don't have a headset.
I didn't even.
So I'm
play
just literally
Final
using the
Fantasy
microphone on my computer, which I know is not
Mute.
ideal.
Oh, nope, not unmute. Mute.
Let's see.
Yeesh.
Input sensitivity. I
new
should
crime
raise
alert.
it, right? To make it. No, I should lower it. Can you hear me normally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So is it better to have low input sensitivity or high input sensitivity? I'm stupid.
The
about
higher
this.
your input sensitivity is, the more it will detect. So.
All right.
Create a dashboard. I wonder if I have access to
So
put
hopefully that will help.
this campaign
Cool.
on the
And I have plenty of
overlay.
experience muting
Settings,
myself for all the Zoom classes I've been
content,
in.
no.
So hopefully,
Damn it.
yeah. Okay. How do I make this video stop?
Extensions. No. Yes, my extensions. I'm smart. Okay. Campaign selection. I can, but now you're gonna see all of the hellish nightmare creatures that, you know what? No, we're not even gonna oh, wait. Yeah, we're gonna leave it set to Shattered Isles Casriel, because we have like 500 fucking characters on Midnight Clear, because it's for all of our NPCs. Back to Twitch. No, not back to Twitch main page, you stupid.
Alright, D8s. Also, like, people, there's a big park next to me with, like, playgroundy stuff. Just kidding, I have 7 dice sets. That's kind of wonky.
Only
good.
7?
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Only 7?
I know. Well, I mean, I haven't really done much role playing at all.
I'm kidding. I mostly buy. I mostly buy my dice loose from the random dice bin, so I don't really have complete sets. I just have dice that I thought looked cool.
I mean, that's valid.
I mean, I only bought sets that I thought looked cool, but I don't have a beautiful random dice bin to go through. Where is that?
My LGS has them, and they're all separated by like what kind they are, and like the D6s are in one box.
What is an LGF?
A local game store. They sell like.
Oh, okay. I thought you said F, not S.
Sorry.
So I was like, okay, I got there.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have decided to stream my first
Right
session
now I'm
with
sorting
new
them by
people.
number. I used to sort M&Ms before I would eat them at Hebrew school. And then one of my teachers was like, oh, you must not gain a lot of weight because you eat so slow. And I'm like, that's not how calories work, ma'am.
Right. Thanks, though.
I still
Thanks,
sort my
though.
M&Ms.
I'm 10. I don't care about my weight. Nor should I. I didn't say that.
I will
What the
consume
hell
this
happened to this
entire bench.
notebook? Ugh. I have 2 viewers now. Wow, I am lucky.
After
That's
watching
right, we
Luke
are
play
on a roll now,
Biomutant
people.
yesterday, I was really in the mood for a
Hell
baked
yeah.
potato, so I
Yeah.
I got a baked potato for lunch today.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I
Get
made
it.
baked potatoes the other night. They were really good.
Potatoes are just perfect. Like, I understand why people went to
They're
war over
the
them.
ideal food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit, wrong tab.
I don't know if, like, okay, so I watched this one YouTube cooking show that's like a handful of British guys who are like in their early 30s now.
Oh dear.
And at one point they do like these cooking battles amongst
Well,
themselves.
if it's any
And
consolation,
they had like
we were supposed to get started
they had like a chef and a quote unquote
half an
normal
hour
who's
ago?
been on a cooking show for like 10
45
years,
minutes
so not
ago?
really normal, but not a chef. And he made like a really everything on the dish was made of potatoes, and it was like steak, fries, and mashed potatoes, and it was like all of it, like the steak made of potatoes.
I was gonna say, was the steak made of potato?
What? Like, was it like
Yes.
sliced potato that was like grilled? Or
Sorted food potato battle, beat the chef. Here we go. Beat the chef ultimate potato battle. I'm dropping a link in the chat because
it's important.
yeah.
Sorted food, beat the chef, ultimate potato battle. Alright, let's see. Without watching the video, what can we see? What am I hearing in the background?
Watching this makes me hungry. Oh my god.
Oh, somebody's voice activated.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Screw it, we'll watch it.
Alright,
I
fair
bought some
warning.
ice cream.
Fair warning, I'm gonna start putting music bot up. So just get ready to do whatever
Alright, I'm
you
gonna
need
mute.
to do with that.
Let's see, how are they doing? Oh, those poor potatoes, they're getting stabbed. I'd be afraid of stabbing my hand.
Oh my
Who
god.
messaged me?
Rhythm bot, I hate you so
Okay.
much when you're in a new server.
My fiance.
There we go.
Hello.
Just
Oh,
started
it's Rhythm Bot.
I
Is
love
it
how
Hello,
we
Rachel?
greet
Rhythm
the
Bot.
rhythm bot.
Hello, Rhythm bot.
You can still say hi to the rhythm bot, man.
I mean, it will keep us
I
from
said
dying when the robotic purge comes.
Rhythm, I want you to know that you're loved.
Okay, now we're getting historic
when
pictures.
your
I just want to see the potato steak. Okay, we're
squadron of
still
robots
doing the
passes
history
through
of potatoes.
Rochester, I ask for your mercy.
Alright, here we go. We're doing things with potatoes.
Okay.
Talking.
All
Wait,
right,
what is
I'm
this?
gonna move you guys over.
Are you in Rochester, New York?
Is
Yeah.
this the potato steak?
I used to live in Rochester.
Oh, really? Did you live around the RIT area?
I was there. That was where I was. I was there for like a year and a bit.
Where's this?
Oh,
I went to
okay.
school there.
Oh, I'm going to school there right now.
Oh, how
That's crazy.
delightful.
Okay, that's horrifying. Let's not and say we didn't.
Rochester's a quiet area, but it's nice.
They have a great swing dancing community.
Never seen it. Never seen swing dancing community.
Where is the rhythm bot. Why can I not hear the rhythm bot? Let's
They
turn
used
the
to have a
rhythm bot
swing
up.
dance club on campus. I don't know if they still do, but
They do. They also do classes for it.
Who added me in?
you should
You people need to
do
stop
that
adding
if
me
you
in
like
things.
fun and movement.
Well, I have 2 left feet, so probably not.
Literally or figuratively?
Figuratively.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna switch maps.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeet.
Well, here you go, people. Welcome to the city of Rutili, where they are holding the Festival of the Sun today in celebration of the sun goddess Solaria, as well as a special remembrance for the fallen king and queen from 20 years ago.
She drew her own
Um,
NPC
Over
tokens.
here, you can this is a stand for games and other fun things. You have a stand for some spiced apple cider, and you see Gwarz immediately put himself by the center crystal. And then over here you can get some pumpkin bread over at the blue tent. And
bread.
there's many things to go about everywhere. Games, funds, what have you. Just about anybody who's anybody that likes to have fun is here. Music is playing from the minstrels, and people are gathering around the plaza, dancing and just having a great time. So what would you guys like to do?
Have we all met already, or are we just in the same place at the
You
same
are all in the same place at the same time, unless you have discussed with each other previously that you know of each other or know each other.
Sven, did we actually decide we were both with Mistress Flora, or I don't remember, and I think we were both drunk and or high at the time.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to say yes?
Sure,
Or do
let's
you
say
wanna
yes.
no?
Alright, so Guar and Orlando are with Miss Flora, who I forgot to make a token for.
No!
I'll make one for her real quick while you guys sort of go about each other. So Flourish. Have fun.
Flourish and have fun.
Flourish,
Well-
have fun?
Gwar is sitting with a small napkin with a glass of cider and a piece of pumpkin bread, and just entertaining himself sitting on the ground, touching the crystal, getting shocked by it.
Yeah, as Guar touches the crystal, he does get little electric shocks, but due to his ancestry, they don't negatively affect him. It just gives him like a funny little tingle sensation. So he's just like touch and go, and then like try touching
So
it
is
again.
this the equivalent of sitting in the back of the classroom licking the tips of the batteries?
Yeah,
My God.
God!
basically.
Every time Gwar touches the crystal with his hand, little arcs of electricity go out his horn, and he giggles.
I honestly don't know
I
why.
have a question,
Sorry.
which is, are unicornists
Are unicorns what?
are unicornists like common on the continent? Like, should I assume that I've seen people of all of these species before? If I'm
You know of unicornists, and you've probably seen a couple going around, but most of the time they stay in the Cloud Kingdom of Aetheria.
Okay.
Yeah. But so it's, you don't really see them too often, and especially not of the size Guar is. Guar is tiny. He is pretty much incomprehensibly small for a unicornist. Unicornists tend to be very towering and tall, graceful, and they have a very big presence about them. And then there's just this guy. Who is this guy?
How tall specifically are we talking here?
5 feet tall.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
God, you're
at
insulting me.
least that's about 1.5 to 2 feet shorter than like minimum height of most unicornists.
Fascinating.
just because I wanted to be small boy.
I'm still smaller.
So, it's not about the size, it's about how you use it, okay? And you don't do anything except flutter around on that little leash that you pretend you don't like. So, that's not my problem.
Leaf? I'm not quite sure You know what, you keep playing with the crystals. I'll keep stealing your pumpkin bread.
You're stealing my pumpkin bread?
I am stealing your pumpkin bread. It's not like you would
It's-
notice. An entire bite from me is
Orlando,
barely a
you're
crumb
really
to you.
quiet.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so you're really quiet, and I have you next.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, is that Lady Flora?
That is Mistress Flora.
Oh my god, I love her.
This is really old art that I made forever ago, but it's the only old lady art I have, and actually it's of Timothy's grandma. But it's all I have, so for now we're saying it's Mistress Flora until I come up with something better.
I mean, it basically works.
Yeah. But yes, Mistress Flora is around, and she is on her, to your current count, her fourth mug of cider that you've counted.
Orlando,
I sort of.
Sorry.
I'm standing close by and watching Guar with interest as he touches the thing and lightning shoots out of his horn, and he giggles.
The next time Orlando goes for my pumpkin bread, Guar is going to reach out and shock him.
Silver?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to formulate an appropriate response. I can't remember what rating we were trying to go for on this campaign.
What rating?
There's a rating?
I don't know. I don't know how to behave around your friends.
We're just having fun, man.
I won't be offended.
Better to do it and apologize later than not do it at all.
And then regret
Not do
the
it.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Guar, you do that again, and I will be forced to strike back.
With what? Your little handsies? What do you mean? If you touch me right now, I'm pretty sure I will kill you.
You have a great and greatly inflated image of your self-importance, sir.
Well, I'm the one conducting lightning over here, Petiti.
He's just gonna glower.
You know ancient Aetheria?
Huh?
Only a little bit.
Oh. Are you a unicornus?
Yes.
You're, a little short to be a stormtrooper unicornus. Forget I said stormtrooper.
I will never forget.
As he's
Well,
distracted.
it's not about the height, it's about the willpower. And I
Oh,
have
of course.
plenty of that.
I'm sure you do. It's just interesting.
Well, take a picture, it'll last longer.
Take a picture. That's really. I can't with you. I just can't. Oh, Mistress Flora, please. You've already had Mistress Flora, and he kind of flies over to fuss over Mistress Flora.
It's just Flora is sort of like slowly but very effectively like shaking her hips around, trying to do a little old lady dance, and she's just like she kicks her feet out trying to dance, but they don't go very far because she's really old, and she's like slushing the mug around. She's like, "Oh, quit your whining, we're having fun."
Please, Mistress Flora, you're going to slip and hurt yourself again. And I don't
I'm
quite
going
think
to.
that...
I'm going to approach the crystal and see what happens. When I touch it.
You get a big old zapparoonie. It's not enough to really hurt you any, but enough to be like, wow, I really shouldn't do that again. Why did I touch that? It is conducted of pure electric magic.
Leave some for me.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. You can have all the rest. Wow. Fascinating. Yeah. I suppose I'll have to take note of that. I wish I'd gotten some kind of guide to this place.
What the hell did you drag under my desk, Gizmo?
Some kind of what to this place?
Guide?
Guide.
Oh, guide, yeah.
Oh,
A small sun elven woman perks up and goes, "Did you say a guide? Here!" And she like sort of gestures for you to sort of go over to her
Why
little
did
booth
these
right over here at the
NPCs
yellow
look
one.
like Disney princesses?
And she goes, here. And she like scatters around and pulls out a colorful pamphlet and hands it over to you. And says, here's a map of the city, and here's where all of the activities that are going to be taking place this weekend are. You can go here and here and here. And she goes on and on and on about all of the different things that they have going on and have planned.
Thank you. I sort of take the map and sort of back away slowly.
Did she layer these?
She waves enthusiastically, her big smile not leaving her face, like, okay, have fun! Enjoy the festival!
Not sure whether that's creepy or genuine, but, okay. Well.
Honestly, could be both. Who knows with sun
Yeah.
elves? They're a very, eccentric bunch. If you can't tell from Mistress Flora, doing a little old lady jig.
Yeah.
I love Mistress
Oh, I
Flora.
feel like I need to look this up on YouTube.
Well, she loves you too.
Why do I feel like we're missing someone else?
The other person left the campaign due to personal reasons.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. So we're really just waiting on Lisa at this point.
Alright, so no Timbercat. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait a second. There's a lack of animal presence. Okay, thank you.
It's like lack of cat.
So,
Yeah.
Well, I have a cat. I have like a black cat that's hanging around with me. FYI.
you guys should definitely check out the video that I just posted in the group chat.
Oh, I am already.
It is Mistress Flora and her friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going hard.
That is not suitable. I'm not sure if I'm going to go talk to Bar, whose name I don't know, and it's like, is that your mistress? You know this lady?
Yeah, that's Mistress Flora.
Wow, I don't know if I think she's crazy or if I think she's incredible, but
She's a
I
little
can't
bit of both.
imagine ever doing that in public.
The polite word is eccentric, miss. I will forgive the slight since you seem to be from
Sorry?
out of town. Sorry, does the accent make it too hard for me to be understood?
No, it's
No,
just that your
it's-
mic keeps cutting out.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
your mic
snacks.
is very like quieter than usual and also keeps cutting you
Ah.
off for some reason.
It's probably my Discord settings. I had a guy on the stream saying that my mic was too low, too. Yeah, just ignore me for a minute. I'm gonna try to fix my shit.
Okay.
All
Well,
good, man.
That's the only problem. The accent isn't the problem.
No,
Oh
not
yeah,
at
no.
all.
I like the voice. I think that's good for Mr. Orlando.
Is this better?
So far, yeah.
Like volume-wise, it's better?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming you're
You were
from
saying
out of-
something about eccentricity.
Yeah, sorry. We prefer the word eccentric around here, but I'm assuming you're out of town given the trip to the concierge. Is that what they call them in the city? The
I
nice
think
girl
that
with
lady
the
yelled guide.
guide. Yes, well there are proper terms for these things, you understand, War.
It's not my job to know the eloquent words. That's your job.
And yet you speak ancient Aetherian.
Only a little. I know the important words.
The rude
What are
ones,
the
you
important
mean.
words in your opinion?
I don't want to curse in front of Miss Flora. She's doesn't like when I do that.
God bless.
Given how much cider she's had, I fear that we're more in danger of Mistress Flora cursing out everyone in this market than we are of her taking ire at your profanity.
Well, have you been watching her drinks? I don't want to carry her back to the inn again.
I do believe this is about to be number 5.
Is that Mistress Flora going towards the stand for more cider again?
Just might be. Yeah.
I get
No, 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 no! And as Guar runs away, the electric connection between his horn and the crystal breaks. Mistress Flora, I don't think
War,
it's very
hello.
smart. I don't think it's very smart to have this many drinks at once.
She pats his head and is like, "Oh, you're so sweet. Look at how you here." And she hands him like 10 gold pieces and is like, "Go treat yourself to something nice. Don't worry about little Mistress Flora. She's got it. She always has and always will." And then she smacks a gold piece on the counter and she takes her tabard and she does like a little slow spin as she like disappears into the crowd behind the stands.
Orlando gives the stranger a slight bow. And, if you'll excuse me just a moment, I do apologize. And he like zips at max flight speed over to the cider counter and hovers close to the girl's ear. Please, I do beg of you, no more for her. Or if you do, nothing intoxicating. Please.
But try to trick her into thinking that it is.
You know that will have exactly the same reaction as if she were intoxicated.
Well, she's already intoxicated.
Well, yes,
so...
but do you remember 3 winters ago at the party when we changed the punch out and yet she still acted as if she had drank an entire bowl of rum punch when it had only in fact been 2 glasses?
Gore takes a book off of his belt and flips through it. Well, that's gonna be a bigger problem than it was that time, because I didn't bring the spell that fixes that. So,
Yes,
I
we're
kind of
also
thought
not...
that we would be the ones getting drunk this time.
I had hoped, but I also fear that this time we are not in her private chambers, and so... Oh dear. Oh dear.
The lady behind the stand is just sort of staring as you two go back and forth. She sort of taps the counter a bit, like, "Well, I will try my best to not sell her anymore then, even though she is our best customer. But if you are concerned about her well-being, then so be it.
Well, how much are the ciders each?
They're about a gold piece each.
Oh, that's
Oh my god, that's steep.
that's expensive. If I give you 4 gold pieces, will that be enough motivation?
Mistress Flora
Oh,
always
don't worry
did
about
have...
it. It's really quite fine.
Guard, do you really expect that Mistress Flora would drink anything cheap? Think about it.
Well, it was worth a shot, right?
Keep going, you two are absolutely making this terrible day of mine a little better.
Aww.
Gwar turns around to Gisola Bella. Oh, hi. You're still here. Sorry for my rude comments before. I get a little different, with the shock, you know. Really good stuff. Did you want to ask questions about the unicorness, or are you here for the festival?
Well, I'm not really here for the festival, but this is when I arrived, so... My name is Gisola Bella Sapienza.
Oh, that's a long name.
Indeed.
Well, my name is Gwarid, and that petite little tuxedo is called Orlando.
Excuse you!
Well, it's what you are.
I am not a
so-
tuxedo! This is not a tuxedo!
Well, you change your dress every, like, 5 minutes. It's not my...
Once
It's not
a
my-
day is civilized. It is
Well,
not...
my mayor is a tuxedo cat, so I don't think... As my mayor is a tuxedo cat, I think I can safely say that I don't believe the fairy is a tuxedo.
Well, if you're from Judgment, then you should know that fairies also wear tuxedos.
Yes, but not
But
at
they
the
aren't
moment.
tuxedos themselves. I'm wearing a gown, but I'm not a gown.
Well, I never said they were tuxedos, and Gwar like puts his like little 2 pointer fingers together and like kicks a pebble on the ground, looking down.
Oh my goodness, it's okay.
Oh my god.
So
Doing
once
these actions physically as if people can see me.
I do that too. I've been sitting here like trying to like do Mistress Flora's like drunken like dances, but no one can see.
See, this is why we need to get everybody on.
You just said
webcam.
that and have made me very sad. Are you from here? Do you live here?
No, we're in town
Or are
for
you
the.
visiting for the festival?
We're in town for the festival. Mistress Flora does enjoy her parties and any chance to show off and
Yes,
find more oddments.
they can be fun.
If it's not
Well,
festival, sorry.
Are you going to the memorial?
I forgot there was one. Orly?
I imagine Mistress Flora will be wanting to attend, but it really does depend on the mistress.
Hmm. You think
Well,
it's safe to go?
probably.
Hmm.
I think anyone who attacks in the middle of that would probably not be in a good situation.
I haven't seen anything that would
Even if they
indicate
surround the crowd?
that seems
Well,
somewhat.
if that's the case with the crystal here, I'm pretty sure I could just wipe them out myself.
This is all a bit dark.
I admire your confidence.
Well,
Do-
lightning does conduct Orly, and if they're all
No,
standing
I
next to each
understand.
other
I
in
understand.
metal armor, okay, so
What I don't understand is
What if
why
they're
we're
not wearing metal
discussing.
armor? What if they're wearing leather armor?
Well,
Never mind.
bones
Just-
conduct.
You're cutting out again.
Sorry, my phone's ringing. I gotta go AFK a minute.
No
Oh,
problem.
Okay.
But I think the only danger we're in is having to carry Mistress Flora back to the inn again.
I could help with that if you need it.
Well, honestly, that would be very appreciated. Me and Orly are kind of small if you haven't noticed already. So, yeah.
Yes.
And she tends to wriggle a lot, even when she's passed out.
Well,
I'm crafting this whole personality for Mistress Flora. I am
Honestly,
sorry. Zoe.
No, I didn't really have much. She's pretty much a blank slate for whatever you two decide, so it's all good. All that's really canon of her from me is that she's just an eccentric, energetic old lady who still behaves as if she's in her 20s.
what's her race?
She is a sun elf.
Okay.
So, they all live in the city of Solia, the sun elf
Yeah.
capital that is located in the forests of Dewing.
Yes. Well, I can certainly help.
Sorry about that, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Not
Yeah,
at all,
you're
yeah.
good. No need to apologize.
You are still quieter than everyone else that I can hear. I don't know if there's a way to change that.
Silver, if you don't have it already set, if you go and do your Discord settings and voice and video, if you just click automatically determine input sensitivity, it'll do a really good job of making sure your voice is heard when the outside noises are ignored. Because like I'm speaking pretty low for Gwar in his non-conductive state right now, and it's pretty good. Or at
Is this
least no
better?
one's complained that they can't hear me.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry, I don't know. And I use push to talk, so I don't think it would be the mic sensitivity necessarily.
Okay.
Alright. Are we all settled and back then?
Yeah, sorry.
All
I'm
good.
here.
All good, all good? Alright, so, basically what happened while you were gone, Silver, if you couldn't tell, was just Guar, telling Gisela Bella, how they might need assistance getting Mistress Flora back home, or at least to the inn they're staying at, while here for the festival. Because of how she gets
I don't
around.
even have a place to stay.
No
How
place
tall
to stay.
how tall is Mistress Flora?
She is about, I would say about 5'2" currently.
Wow, I think I'm the tallest one here. So far,
So
as we don't have
far.
a bear.
Well,
Until we have the bear.
How tall is Gisola Bella?
I actually didn't mark it down, but let's say 5'5".
Yeah. You are the tallest until you get your designated NPC. And until we get Bear.
Queen.
Yeah.
Missed.
Well, I need somewhere to stay. I only just arrived. Is your inn, good accommodations?
Orly usually takes care of the paperwork.
They're satisfactory to the mistress's tastes, which is to say, overpriced and gaudy.
Maybe I'll look around for something not gaudy.
Perhaps if you're on a bit of a budget, that might be advisable. I believe that once the innkeeper heard who I represented, he gave us something of an inflated holiday price, as it were.
Yeah, but I
Wow,
don't
that
think Mistress Flora seemed to mind. She's got a lot of spare change anyways.
Well, I think she's trying to get that horrific skeleton that they've got on display.
Well, they said it wasn't for sale, so, but I mean,
When has the mistress ever taken that as an answer?
I know,
I'm sorry,
but
there's a skeleton on display in the inn.
They fancy themselves collectors.
What makes this skeleton special that it deserves collecting?
Truth be told, I don't think that anything makes it particularly special, and that someone got creative in assembling it. What is the term they use? A gaff, I think. But Mistress Flora is quite convinced that it is in fact real, and it is in fact a unicorn giraffe rhinoceros hybrid, or whatever it was she said it was supposed to be.
they
That
call it
sounds
a
like
dragon in
large-
there, but it's definitely not a dragon.
Sounds like a very large inn. You weren't lying about the gaudiness.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, I do tend to ask a lot of questions. That's what I do.
Are you a scholar of some sort?
Yes? Yes, that certainly is true. I am a scholar.
What do you study?
History. I'm an historian.
Of the
See,
land?
That's why I know ancient Aetherian. How did you learn any?
Well, I just learned during my clerical work, but I only learned important words and words my mentor was willing to teach me, and words that he would shout when he would hit the wrong thing with the wrong tool.
You're a cleric?
Yeah. But I like the skies much more than I like mending wounds.
I see.
You are quite the airhead.
You know that's not what I meant, Orly.
I know.
You've seen me shoot lightning out of my face, okay?
You can do that.
From my horn. And he taps the tip, and in between the tip of his finger and the tip of the horn, a little bit of lightning arcs.
How fascinating. I sort of lean in and look closely.
He-
Orlando is just gonna sigh heavily and pull a small deck of cards out of his jacket pocket and start shuffling them.
Have you, Gord, like, kind of, like, shies away a little bit? Have you...
I back up immediately and say, "Oh, please forgive me."
Oh, it's fine, it's just... Have you never met a unicornus before?
I've only seen a few from a distance, but I've never met one myself, so...
Well, we all have different attunements. We all have different souls. Mine is yellow, so I get to conduct lightning.
Yellow. Oh god, where was that fucking
Well,
energy?
I like yellow. I sort of lift up my arms a bit. I'm wearing yellow sleeves.
My favorite yellow is that crystal right there.
I saw you had fun with it earlier. That must be why it doesn't hurt you. You're attuned.
We're naturally resistant to these things. Or whatever our soul is. Some people are holy. Oh, there's this girl back home. Oh, you know what? I won't bother you with those details. Orly, are you playing solitaire by yourself again? In the middle of a conversation?
I'm not playing solitaire.
Well, that's the only card game I know.
Yes, well. I needed something to entertain my hands while you blather on.
Well, you can keep them in your pockets. I know you've got all kinds of things in there.
He just kind of sighs, cuts the deck, and flips the top card up. And I lost my PDF of the Arcana already.
Here, I got you. I already have it open. I already have it open. for you.
Do you want me to just roll and you can tell me whatever he just flipped up?
Yes. Go ahead and roll just a d20, and we'll see like how, the higher the number, then the more obvious the answer is.
18.
18, awesome.
Nice.
Let us see what we've
First
got.
roll of the campaign, everyone.
Yeah. Was there something specifically you wanted to ask the cards, or were you just like pulling it up to see what you got and to see what it says?
Mostly he's just trying to see what it says and get a feel for what fuckery lies ahead for the day. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much am I going to hate myself by the time I go to bed?
Okay, let's see. Okay, so, with an 18, lo and behold, how fitting and joyous, you have pulled out the sun. And so the image is of a nice swirling sun, and there's optimism and joy, fleeting energy from the card. What a perfect card for a perfect day at the Festival of the Sun.
I think that means we should all get ciders.
I think it just means that it's a good day, and at least we can hope that Mistress Flora will make it home in one piece, and we don't have to worry about your odd little attack on the memorial service.
That wasn't my idea, that was Gisola Bella's concern.
Well, then we shall not have to worry about channeling energy through the crystal and electrocuting people in metallic armor.
That's no fun. I think we should still get drinks. I'm gonna plop 3 golds on the counter for ciders and ask for 3.
Oh, right. 3 ciders coming right up. And she grabs 3 mugs and pours them out, and they're nice and fizzy on the top. And she slides them over to you guys and says, "Enjoy yourselves and have fun at the festival."
Oh, thank you. I'll be back for more. Remember your promise about Mistress Flora.
She gives a 2-finger salute to Guar, and then a wink.
He blushes for a second, and then turns around to Orly and Gisola Bella and hands them a drink each.
I'm assuming this is just a normal mug size.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is normal mug size.
Orlando's gonna look down at the mug incredulously. And look up
we-
at Guar.
He
We
can
can-
fucking bathe in it if he wanted. It's like-
We can do this how we've always done this. Is there a handle on the cup?
Yeah.
Okay, Guar props the handle on his horn so it's propped up,
Oh god.
and that you can drink from it this way.
This is humiliating.
It's not humiliating.
As he settles
can
down
you
on Guar's
hold it?
head.
You can't hold
This
it, and
is-
I don't want to carry it, so
Pulls a little pixie-sized cup out of his one of his pockets and just dips it in and starts
Let me
drinking.
see.
As he's sitting there on fucking Guar's head.
don't spill anything. I just washed my hair.
They have spells for that anyway.
Well, I'd rather not be sticky, because your spells sometimes miss the sticky bits.
I'll pretend I didn't hear
Here.
that.
Here. I move my hand and hold on, let me see. Here. Ta-da! I move my hand a little bit, and then there's a and then the mug lifts off of Guar's horn and sort of hovers by where Orly is floating.
Oh my gosh, that solves so many problems we've had, Orly. Now you can drink on your own. You're a big boy now.
Orlando is going to kick him in the frickin' head. I am sitting on you. I will just drive my fucking heel into your forehead.
You want too much.
I hope you don't have spurs.
He does not.
No, spurs don't come with tuxedos.
It's not a tuxedo.
I help maneuver the cup. The cup sort of maneuvers so that Burley can drink out of it without, drowning.
Thank you, Miss. I'm sorry, I don't recall your name.
Isola
Ah, yes. Kisola.
You'll get there.
Bella. Would it be alright if we just called you Bella?
No. Sorry.
Very well then. I shall
Our
do
names
my
are
best.
important.
I shall do my best.
Thank you.
Knocks back the rest of that little tiny cup, dips in it again. Oh, he's gonna end up drinking like Fen.
Guar
I
takes
know
a
it.
sip and steps over before he forgets and wraps up his
hero.
pumpkin bread
Hi, hero.
and steps back over.
Hi, my sweetie.
Is that a kitty?
Oh yeah, sorry. There's a cat who is now in view for me. There's a black cat that's like hanging around and following me around.
Oh.
Maybe not like totally obviously, but there's a black cat at the festival, and I look around for it.
Timmy, can I
Fairly
ask you a
clearly.
question?
What's up?
Is this the music from Cat Quest?
No.
Oh, okay. It sounds familiar.
It's from Neopets the Darkest Fairy.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah,
I
the
don't
music
remember
that's been
that.
playing. The music that's playing is from Neopets the Darkest Fairy.
Oh my
There-
god, I remember
There is
Neopets,
too
good
goddamn much
times.
ooh-woo in
Yeah.
this shit for
I
me.
love
Oh,
the
Ixies! Ruse. No, not Ruse. I loved Ixies. And there was another one I really liked. Anyway, sorry. Oh my god, look! It's Squar!
Huh?
What?
The icon changed.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Oh, I just realized it just switches like that. I love that.
There you go. All right. Any other RP you guys wanted to get done right now?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, in that case, music starts to chime over from the left side from where you guys are, sort of indicating that you hear the music and then you hear someone clap, and then they go, "Hear ye, hear ye! It is time for the remembrance ceremony. So come one, come all." And you see the crowd sort of flood over from where you guys are over to the left side of the plaza, over in this direction, where there's sort of like a stage set up. Whoop! There he goes.
Shit! Whoop!
Whoop! Fucking
We need to
pixies
find
me.
Mistress Flora.
As you guys approach where Mistress Flora is, you hear her go, "Dang nabbit!" And she sort of turns away from the little stand that she's at and sort of shuffles her feet towards the group. And then like a tiny little old lady huff.
What's wrong, Mistress Flora?
Oh, it's just those dang games that these kids keep playing. Not good at them.
Well,
Maybe one day I'll get there.
Did you ever think that maybe there might be some games out there better suited to your age group? Like bingo?
Bingo, bango, schmango. That's for old ladies.
Guar looks at Orly like, what the fuck is she then? and follows Miss Flora's lead.
Was there something in particular you were trying to win, mistress?
No, I just wanted to win.
Wow,
Come,
I can relate.
come now, it is time for the remembrance. She beckons to everybody, not just her two little proteges.
Entourage.
Yeah, her little entourage. She gestures for everybody because she's adopting everybody. And then she doesn't turn around, but she says, "I see you lurking in the corner. You come here too." You know, she just she just has this sort of awareness of people, even though she's not staring. And then this sort of cloaked figure just sort of looks around, shrugs, and sort of steps forward, pushing off from one of the building that he was leaning on.
All the world are just Miss Flora's pets.
Yeah.
I am glad to be adopted.
So you guys make your way over and see that there's a guy on the front stage, and he goes, "Welcome, everybody, welcome. I hope you've all had a pleasant day so far at the Festival of the Sun. But as promised, we will now take a moment to remember those who have fallen. As we all know, it has been about 20 years since King Drake has, taken over the kingdom and killed our beloved king and queen, King Frederick and Queen Aurelia. We mourn them even to this day. They fell far too soon, and it's really quite dreadful. So let us take a moment and just sort of mourn in remembrance for them." And you see the little bard of minstrels start playing a somber song, but it is somewhat familiar to at least everybody. It has hints of the old Aetherian anthem in it that you don't really hear anymore, due to King Drake's ruling sort of trying to erase the history of what once was. So everyone's sort of taking the time to try to indulge in their culture and their heritage of what they had before this tyranny arose.
Out of curiosity, and this you can say no, go to hell, Silver, if you want. Were there any flowers or anything that would be commonly associated with the old royal family?
That's a very good question. There is a flower that it is called a blue ice heart, and that's sort of been the symbol of Aetheria back during the Golden Age. But a lot of them have been dying out due to the, clusters of gunk that have been forming from the capital. So they're sort of endangered now, but they do have a couple of them still around, though.
So Orly's actually going to cast Druidcraft to kind of make the scent of those blue ice hearts sort of fill the kind of surrounding area. It's only really within 5 feet of him, but...
Okay, that's very sweet. You can see that everybody in the affected area seems to sort of... Any tension that they had seems to sort of fade away, and they all seem to sort of relax, and the mood sort of becomes more melancholic, but it's appreciated. It's remembering what once was, and it just is nice to feel again. Is there anything else you guys would like to interject with or say? you guys are free to do whatever you want.
Was that it in terms of the remembrance ceremony? Just, hey, we're all here, let's have a moment of silence, and then awkward staring.
A little bit for now. There's probably some other things, but I didn't really think of anything super hyper specific.
Gotcha.
I don't have I should have probably come up with a script, but I didn't. But
I
the
never
guy
do.
is still gonna talk about specifics throughout the history, things that they've done and all that stuff.
Hey!
Oh, war.
It's not on purpose.
Really?
What?
I apologize for my associate.
Well.
You don't have to apologize for me, because I apologize. So your
I suppose you
apology
can't
doesn't
help
matter.
it. And it certainly isn't your fault. I use a silver chain.
Well,
Silver is the most conductive of all metals.
Is it
I
really?
thought gold was.
No.
Hmm.
Silver has the highest electrical conductivity of all metals. Silver defines conductivity. All other metals are compared to silver. Gold only ranks at 76, while silver ranks 100.
Orlando's eyes glaze over.
War is listening intently but not absorbing.
As he do.
The lights are so very
Yeah.
on, but whoever is home is asleep on the couch.
He is a simple man who does his job well. Okay?
What is your job exactly? The two of you.
That's an excellent question. I believe we're party favors, largely. Status symbols.
I came into Mistress Flora's service a while ago, but I think she was just attracted to my unique size.
Mistress Flora collects oddities, and she likes to surround herself with as many rare and precious things as she can, and apparently we are on the list, though I can't complain. She did take me in when I was orphaned, or whatever I was.
My people didn't really like me very much, so...
Well, you are a midget.
Well,
I'm so
I don't need to
sorry.
take that kind of shit from someone who's 8 feet tall and can't drink from a normal cider glass, okay?
Inches.
Inches. 8 inches tall. How can you call me a midget when you are the most petite I've ever seen?
At least I'm within the acceptable range for my, species.
Well, you shouldn't insult size when I can still crush you, right?
Now. There's no need to argue.
Silent.
You kind of hear light snickering from the cloaked guy that's sort of over here. He's trying his
I
best
turn
to
and look at
see-
him and raise an
He's trying
eyebrow.
his best to sort of seem like he hasn't been eavesdropping this whole goddamn time, but he absolutely has been.
It's like I turn around and I'm like, "You're welcome to join the conversation."
He sort of lifts his hands, sort of in surrender and defense. He's gives a little shrug,
So has Luca been traveling with us as well?
No,
Excuse me.
you do not know this man at all, and you can't even see half of his face because he's got his hood of his cloak up. He's sort of he's trying and kind of failing to sort of like blend in, not really be seen, but his snicker sort of gave him away.
One would think that on a beautiful day such as this, you might wish to enjoy the sunshine. It is a festival of the sun, is it not? Perhaps if you're trying to blend in, lower the hood?
Depends on how much you like the sun, I guess.
Well, usually cloaked figures tend to draw a lot of attention, don't you think?
Well, not if it's raining.
Well,
Or snowing.
I was going off of what you were saying, but obviously we're
understand
not
that,
on the
but-
same wavelength.
He's just gonna look between you guys, sort of give a little chuckle to himself again. He's like, well,
I turn away and ignore him.
okay, cool.
I'm not bothered.
He just sort of shrugs and is like, well, I guess if it means that much to you, I suppose. And he sort of lowers his hood, because whatever, who cares anymore? And so you see him with his
Wow, what a mood.
stark, colorful hair that goes from like a dark blue to a nice teal, and his eyes are a nice bright pink. And he's definitely a half elf of some sort.
Gore sits mesmerized just by the sheer color of his hair.
Also, he is 6'2", by the way. So
Hot
he's
damn.
yeah. He's 6'2", and he's pretty lean, body structure wise, but under like his tattered red cloak and black tunic, it's not too easy to, tell that, but throwing that out there anyway.
He's a hot man.
Yeah, he's
El
very
Nago.
beautiful. Yes, actually. He's got his 2 beauty marks, one on the upper cheek and one on the other side, like on the corner of his mouth. It's it's a good time.
Poor bastard with distinguishing characteristics like that.
Right? Exactly.
Must be tough to be an anime protagonist.
Honestly, it's very hard.
By
Well,
looking at him, just from like coloration or anything
I wouldn't
like
know.
that, can I tell what the elven half might be? And also, how common are half elves in this particular world?
Elves themselves are pretty common, but what's not common ever at all, never been heard of, are half moon elves, because moon elves tend to be very reclusive. They tend to keep to their own, so they don't really interact with others very often. They'll be kind. They're not going to be too big of assholes to other races. It's just they don't really like to mingle too much. But from his coloration, you can tell that it's either a trick of the light or this man's is half moon elf.
And I forget, where was their home city?
They live in Dewing. They are more south to where you're from, so they're from Daris. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Are you here for the festival?
I'm here, aren't I?
But that doesn't answer the question. You could be here, but not for the festival.
I'm here and I'm not here for the festival.
He sort of snaps and gives his finger gun at Guar, like, you got me there, buddy.
Oh.
I suppose it really is none of our business.
Well, I feel like it's worth knowing if he's gonna be following Mistress Flora around with us.
Yes, where's your natural curiosity? Orlando, was it? Orly? Which do you prefer? Where's your
Whatever's easiest
natural
for-
curiosity, Orlando?
I just don't see a reason to pry in the gentleman's matters if he does not wish to share.
Mm,
No harm in asking.
well,
If he tells us to ancient Aetheria and fuck off, we can do that.
well,
He hasn't, though.
maybe we should ask a different question first. Sir, what's your name?
Todd.
Did you say Odd or Todd?
Todd.
Insight check.
Okay, you can make an insight check. Okay, with a 12, you can tell that despite his face and that he, is exuding belief that his name is Todd, you're not sure that his name is actually Todd.
His name's Todd.
Seeing that Guar
Todd.
is... Are you making any kind of indication that you don't particularly trust this guy when he says his name is Todd?
Aside from giving Orly the side eye, no.
I happen to be pretty perceptive. And I feel like I would notice that.
What's your passive perception?
16.
16? Okay, yeah, you would probably notice him giving a side eye.
I suppose in that case, I'll sort of... Wait. Does it make sense for me also to roll a passive wisdom check? Like... Sorry, I haven't played a lot of D&D with people who are like, who aren't like... Who only... I haven't done a lot of games where it's like, I'm going to roll a thing. It's usually like the DM is telling me roll a law check. It's like... At this point, I'm like kind of like a little skeptical that his name is Todd.
Right, yeah, you don't have to roll anything because that was with your passive perception, so your passive perception will always be that number. So you don't need to roll anything extra unless you would like to. But if you see that he's giving a side eye, then you'll probably, if it's in character for you to question his name's actually Todd, but that's up to you on how your character would react to that information. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not going to question him, but I'm also just going to say, what a very one-dimensional name.
Do you have a last name?
Nope.
I know your name's Lucadoina, you son of a bitch.
Or at least
Okay.
just wandering off and playing with his cards.
As you
Okay,
should.
Todd. Well, if you're gonna be with us for our time at the festival, you should know that Mistress Flora is going to get hammered. So, that affects your working propositions. I totally understand. But that's the situation I feel we're in right now.
Working proposition.
He sort of sits there to sort of think it over, and he goes, "You know what? Sure. That sounds reasonable."
Okay, you want some pumpkin bread?
If you're offering, thanks.
Yeah. He breaks off half of his pumpkin bread and a pumpkin loaf. Loaf of bread!
I'm shocked that you even still have any left.
Yeah, I don't know how much Orlando's...
I mean, given that he can probably only take, like, a very tiny piece at any given time. Like, he takes
fair.
what would
That
normally
actually
be a
is very fair.
he takes what would normally be a bite, and it makes him happy for, like, the whole festival.
Oh my god. Just like crumbs on the napkin, just like bite-sized nuggets for him.
Right.
Basically.
I
Is
did
that
not.
applause?
He's going to sort of lift the broken piece off in like a cheers motion before popping it in his mouth.
Okay. Guar politely gives like a exaggerated salute to Todd and walks over next to Orlando. Hey, Orly.
Hmm?
Did you get a weird vibe from that guy too?
Not particularly, but I am curious.
I feel like they're talking about you, Todd.
Oh, I know they are. I try not to worry about it too much.
He can hear us?
It's not that he can hear you. He just knows you're talking about him.
Okay, that's fair.
You guys
Well-
could keep talking though, like he can't, like he doesn't know though. Say whatever you want. Go all off. I don't give a shit. Have fun.
Well, I don't think his name is actually Todd. I find it kind of weird that a half moon elf wouldn't even have a last name.
Think about that.
I at
Orlando.
enough of a distance that I also can't hear. Because I'm just gonna assume I can't hear.
Yeah, I'm
between the
assuming
crowd
that
and
they're kind of
everything
having
else.
a hushed conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Orlando, who's already pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Guar is very timid when he's not conducting electricity, so
I love that facet to your character.
Moon elves typically aren't very outgoing, so it would stand to reason.
So did you come for the festival?
I'm gonna let Guar and Orly finish their convo, and then we can get back.
Yeah,
to
makes sense.
Yeah. Go ahead, you two.
It does stand to reason that he might not have a family name. Being a half-blood, they might have cast him out.
does Todd sound like an elven name to you?
No, but it sounds perfectly human. Which is what I'm assuming the other half would be.
I guess so. There's something that feels off when he said that. I guess we can just keep a close eye on him. I can zap him if he gets a little angry at us.
Please do try not to start any fights.
Well, I'm not gonna start the fight, I'm just gonna finish it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Unicorns do not start fights, but they can finish them.
Tiny and mighty.
Small but mighty.
Gore just gives up and takes a long swig of his cider.
I'm done, so.
Alright. Then we can move on to Isabella. What is it that you were trying to say?
So did you come for the festival?
Mostly came for the cider, really, but yeah, the festival's pretty nice too. What about you? You said you didn't come for the festival, so you just here
No.
like visiting or
I'm here for research.
oh. What you
Oh.
researching? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
I look him over to try and figure out if it would be safe to tell him anything. Like,
You wanna like make like a perception check or something to see like his intentions?
I guess so.
Okay. So on your D&D Beyond character sheet, under your skills, just click the like plus button next to perception, and that will just make the roll for you if you want, plus your modifier, or you can just roll it with your physical dice and then mentally add the number.
We did the thing.
18, alright, cool. Okay, so you can tell that he doesn't have any ill intentions. He is genuinely curious about what you are trying to research. You don't have any evidence indicating that he would have any sort of malice intent.
Okay. I'm doing research on the goddess, Cerulia? That is her name, right?
Yes, it is Cerulia.
Yes. I'm researching the goddess Cerulia.
He sort of nods. And then he's like, I, can't say I really know about that one too well.
You do.
What's her thing?
Well, she's the great restorer.
Huh. Like, restoring in what way?
Everything.
Neat. Well,
She's the key. I think she's the key to what's wrong with Aetheria.
you mean all the
I
like?
sort of look around nervously.
You mean like all the
All
goofy
the
shit?
gunk.
All the gunk, yeah. Well, that seems. I mean, that solution is just about better than anything else anyone's come up with, which is, nothing. So, I'm glad someone's trying to
Not nothing.
do something.
There have been efforts.
Well, I'm
people
glad you
can-
consider them efforts.
There are enough of them dead to make it that I must consider their efforts.
I guess that's fair too.
Mm.
Well, I wish you luck in your search for this goddess. Is there like a, I don't know, what gods and goddesses have? Like a temple or something where you can just go say hi or try to ask for help, or is, I don't know.
I don't know either. My master sent me here in more haste than was necessary. Frankly, I don't know where to start, but there must be something here that I just don't think it's at this festival. I
Yeah,
suppose it's a bad time to seek
Yeah.
out information. Actually, no, it's probably the best time to seek out information, but I'm not the world's most subtle person, obviously, because I just told you that I feel like I'm essentially, well, forget anything I said. You
Yeah.
know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I say aloud.
He snaps his fingers and gives her a finger gun as well with a wink and goes, "You gotcha, I heard nothing."
My cat is very cute. my familiar appears, a little black cat, and then starts sort of like rubbing up against my skirt, so I bend down and pick the little cat up.
You see that Todd's face absolutely lights up at the sight of Cat, but he like tries very hard to still be kind of like cool and collected, but you can see it in his eyes that all he's thinking is cat, 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 cat.
Would
He's
you
like,
say hi to the cat?
you know, I think I would, yeah. Are they nice? And he like sort of holds like a hand out to the cat to like sort of sniff.
The cat sniffs and then headbutts the hand.
I mean, yeah, okay, cool. And he like opens his palm to start gently petting the kitty's head. And he's just smiling as he pets this cat.
I'm sort of smiling. I'm also smiling at how adorable this like very tall half-elf is, turning into like an absolute goofus just because of my familiar.
You did it! You broke Luca down to his bare essentials!
Yay! Although I don't know who Luca is, obviously. LOL.
Oh, I don't know who that man is.
You mean Todd?
Yeah, Todd.
Your name's not really Todd, is it? I say. Softly.
That was a lie, and I apologize for doing that.
It's alright. Not everybody. Names. Sometimes names are like rocks, sometimes names are like water.
Sometimes names are things that get you killed if you tell them to the wrong people.
Alright, wow, that's extreme. I support you lying if that's the case for you.
I wish it wasn't.
LOL. I'm sure.
Speaking of names, what's this little guy's name? He says about the cat.
Her name. Her name is Hero.
Oh, that's a really sweet name.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Hero.
Hi, Hero. Hi. Hi, my sweet kitty. Definitely talking to real life Hero there, but also feel free to make that me also talking to my familiar cat.
That's okay. I understand. That is how you talk to cats. It's the appropriate thing to say.
Yes.
Come on, Gizmo. Hi, buddy.
Well, she must be a very good familiar then.
Mm.
Pet the cat.
I haven't like said she's a familiar, but maybe it would be
Oh,
opposite.
I thought you said that she was. Okay, never mind. Retcon that. She just says that she's a good cat.
She's the best. Yes. So shall I go on calling you Todd then? Todd? I'll just keep calling you Todd for fun, we'll call it.
Yeah, for fun. For now, yeah. For fun. He sort of chuckles. What about your friends over there? And he sort of motions to the,
I literally just met them like an hour ago, but they seem they're interesting. I'm not sure what their entire deal is, but they seem to be with the lady who is maybe not entirely sober.
I respect it. I respect the struggle. It's definitely a very interesting trio, to say the least.
Yes, I wonder that they're satisfied with what they do, but I suppose I'm just following them for now. So, I have no right to judge. Anyway, speaking of judging, I sort of lead over back toward Mistress Flora and the boys.
We them boys.
Luca will
Are you
follow
coming?
behind. Yeah. Why not?
I hear the inn where Mistress Flora is staying has a rhinoceros, hippopotamus, giraffe hybrid skeleton.
You remembered that. That is impressive. Wow.
That does sound impressive. That's, can't say I've heard of any creature like that before, but hey.
That's fake, but okay.
Weirder things have happened.
To you, I'm sure.
Orlando is sizing up whatever shopkeeper happens to be under this particular tent and is ignoring everything around him.
You see little trinkets, just like lots of little sun-themed bits and bobs.
But is there like a
necklaces
shopkeeper there?
Yeah, there's a shopkeeper there. I just don't have a specific NPC token for them.
I would like to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him. And make him laugh himself in giggle fits.
Okay. Go ahead and cast it.
It is a Wiz 14 save.
Well, we're gonna say that it hits. And so you just hear this big human guy with a thick beard, and he sort of has like a resting bitch face about him. And then you sort of just see him like start gritting, and like the giggles start small before he just bursts out his hearty chuckle that sort of fills the entire plaza, and he's like pounding on the table, and he's like really heaving over with laughter.
He giggles and kind of does a little aerial pirouette, then dives down and snags something shiny off the table and flies back over to where Gwar is.
Okay, I'm sorry, like, I didn't, like, jump in and be like, I turn and stare, but I definitely turned to stare.
Gwar knows exactly what happened, and he's been sitting on the floor Lalafell style vibing with Mistress Flora.
Oh my god, that's fucking adorable, with like the little sway. Is that what you mean? The little sway?
No, like the legs, like...
Oh, the legs out.
Laid out.
Yeah.
Did you...
I love that.
Orly, did you steal from that guy again? Are you stealing again?
Borrowing without permission, I believe, is the correct term.
Well, you could at least try not to make a scene, and, this poor shopkeeper, Gwar, points a finger at the shopkeeper and casts silence.
Okay.
So it just creates that. It's a 20-foot radius sphere, but can I just make like a small one localized entirely on his tent?
Yeah, go ahead. You can just place it so it just affects that guy. That's fine.
Well, that's one of my spell slots.
It's fine. You can see that this man is still pounding his giant fists on the table. All the trinkets are shaking as he pounds. But all of a sudden, it's like someone turned the mute button on. You just can't hear him, but he's still going. And you hope he's breathing between those laughs. But we'll never be able to find out because he is silenced.
Orlando just sighs and drops his concentration on the spell. He just needed a bit of a laugh.
Luca has this sort of shit-eating grin on his face. He looks between Orlando and Gwar and is just like, oh, man. That's great. I like these guys.
Well, we don't like you quite yet, Todd. So...
That's very fair.
Be nice.
And he does not seem offended by that at all.
I move my hand a bit, I say ta-da, and the bauble is yanked away from Orlando.
Do you want to make a sleight of hand?
No, I cast Mage Hand.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that's what I'm doing because I just like moved my hand a bit surreptitiously and said "ta-da" because that's what I did earlier.
All right. So your mage hand now has a hold of Orlando's little trinket.
And it sort of moves it back toward the guy, dangles in front of him. So while he's like laughing with tears streaming down his face and totally silently, he sees this floating trinket. and he's
Hold
sort of-
on. Hold on. Can Gwar try to grab that before it gets there?
Yeah, go ahead.
What roll do I need to make for it?
Why don't you roll a, let's say, I would say maybe acrobatics?
Athletics? Oh no.
Acrobatics or athletics is what I would say.
Oh, and I'm using athletics.
All right, go ahead. An 18. All right. Gwar does successfully snatch it out of the mage hand.
Gwar gives it back to Orly.
Thank you.
And turns to Gisola Bella. I don't think returning something after we stole it is gonna make the guy any happier. So we should just keep it.
Who raised you, though?
Orlando
Well,
just
they
points to
didn't-
Mistress Flora.
Yeah, just points at Mistress Flora. And Mistress Flora's, I don't know, probably doing like the jig or something.
He's still jigging, yeah. You're not sure if this is the same cup that she had last time or if she somehow got her hands on a new one, but she's, still taking a sip out of her little tankard and doing her little old lady jig.
I like to think as the mage hand floated over, Gwar grabbed onto it and like floated in the air a little bit, wiggling his legs, trying to pull it out from the fingers.
Absolutely, that is exactly what happened.
It's spectral.
Oh. Oh, never mind. Would have phased right through it.
But it's still funny to think, like,
Yeah.
lift it up just a little bit. For the comedy.
This is all
Oh, well.
for the RP guys.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree.
Well, Gwar turns to Mistress Flora. Mistress Flora, ma'am, are we gonna stand here and watch you drink all day? Or did you want to do something else?
You don't want to stand around all day. We can go and drink over there. And she points in the direction of the inn.
Is there an activity that you want to do that doesn't involve drinking?
She thinks. No.
I'm actually quite impressed that you seem to care so much about how drunk your mistress is when you don't even care about theft.
Well, we all have our allegiances, right?
It speaks highly of you that you're actually loyal to someone who, I think better of you for it, considering what else I've seen you do today.
Not quite sure how I feel about that comment.
Yeah, me too. We were just minding our own business.
And taking somebody else's.
Well, to be fair, Luca pipes up. These guys have more than enough cash to spare. It's honestly, what's one trinket to them? Pretty much nothing. Everything here is overpriced